Hey, welcome to Positive Living with Autism. I am Benjamin. Today's vlog is out in the middle of the, kind of hear wind in the background, it's out in the middle of a retreat place I'm at. And today's vlog is about the idea of creating sort of a new me. We talked a lot about the problems, and now we're going to talk about sort of about the solution to the other two videos about emotions and hiding and making the hurt go away. And creating a new me, I thought it was going to be the most easiest thing to do. It's actually not very easy to do. Creating a new you or me, I call it creating a new me, is a very painstaking process. You know, because I have to figure out what the problem is, number one. And for me, it was like the self-esteem, not liking myself, the whole idea of becoming comfortable with the autism, as I said before. And yet, I wanted to make changes. I wanted to be a better person, but I had to start with the inside of myself. And that's where I always got stuck, because I thought, oh wait, it's an outside thing. I gotta go fix the outside first, and then I can work on the inside. But what I discovered was, it's an inside job. For me, working on the inside meant that, and I'm learning from my life coaching, is that what's right for me wasn't necessarily for that person. Each person's journey and each individualism, person's plan is different. I need to go for the emotional pain I need to go through because that's my emotional pain. Not your emotional pain, nobody else's, but mine. But I can share with other people because they'll understand what I'm going through. It's kind of like the idea of just changing the way I am without making the change. Not easy. I want to make the change, but the other side of me is like, I don't want to make change. Change sucks. Change is tough. Change is hard. Change is invisible for what we do. And yet what I want today to retreat is, you know, go slow, go far, make it simple anyway. Make the changes you need to make. But don't beat yourself up about it. If I do it slowly, by changing the way my mental thinking is. Because all my life I lived with that mental thoughts of, you're evil, you're dumb, you're the scum of the earth, whatever it was. I mean, really. My head went from all ramifications to, wait, what are you really? I've said 1,000 times in the blog, you're a creative light. So I get to smile once in a while, and you really get to see the difference and the change. So, what are the new things about me that I found out? I love weather. I love photography. I love art. I want to learn how to fish. You know, I'm going to go to some batting cages, and I love bowling. I love being around people with autism. I love hanging out with people who want to change in their life. Not people who don't want to sit there and do nothing. I love cooking. I love being independent. I love living my own. I want to learn how to drive someday. Those are the things that I want to do. Those are my dreams. And now, you know, the shift from the parameter of sort of my old life, my old way of thinking, to voila, the new way, is kind of a little tough, because it's like, I can do this? I don't have to live in some fantasy life of, wait, this is the old way. I'm stuck in the weather. Like when I was a little kid, the weather used to freak me out. We had to go to the basement all the time because I wanted that to happen. And now when the weather comes, like, okay, weather, raining, it's okay. I'm going to relax now, I'm going to chill out. To, wait, even at work, sometimes I still get a little manic. Like, wait, calm down. And it's all because I've decided to go to that quiet place inside of me and tap into it and go, okay, what's really going on today? What's really going on with me? What's going on with the world? What's going on with the people, places, and things that I live in? Those are the things I live with. Those are the things that I have. Those are the things that I need to tap into. The transformation is not going to be an overnight transformation for me. But what I learned about, last time we talked about the hurt, how much it hurt to be in all that pain, is that I get over it. By talking about it, by living a new way of life, by smiling, by not beating myself up because I'm not there yet. Sometimes it's not being there yet isn't a thing. It's just you're there and you're doing it. It's taking the action to make that change. What I discovered was I have to make the change slowly. Like, I paid taxes, like I said before. But when I did all this great stuff, I never really looked at the emotional stuff at all. Of like making the hurt not go away, but just healing. For me, healing was a big thing. Like, I got to do by tomorrow. But for me, healing is an overnight, not an overnight thing, but a long time term thing where I get to check in with myself and go, what am I feeling today? Okay, I'm feeling this, but it's not going to own me, number one. But maybe I need to talk about it with people. Talking helps a lot. The biggest change I've learned with my autism is I need to talk about it, but I also need to embrace it. I need to embrace that I'm autistic. And that's going to be okay for today. Not for tomorrow, not for the next person, but for today is fine. And for me, that's the greatest gift of this blog, is that I'm totally now vulnerable for you guys. And vulnerability scares me because I don't like being vulnerable. I don't like people knowing that I'm struggling and with this issue or that issue or whatever it is for me. For me it's who I am, sexuality, whatever it is. For some people it's going to be whatever. And a couple of words, I'm going to use some big words. I'm going to use the word sexuality. I'm going to use those stuff because it's scary, but it needs to be talked about in the autism community. Who are we? Why do we put these labels on ourselves and like, I'm this or I'm that, when we could be anything? But it's us. The main frame of what I am, I have autism, yes. But I'm much more than that. I'm a human being. And I think people in the autism community can find comfort knowing that we can understand each other very well. It's when we start fighting, well, that person has this, and no, but it's this. So that was my thing. I had to quit fighting in my own head about it. And start getting comfortable with who and what I am. And then everything else made sense. That I can believe in a creator's right. I can change the way I think. And it's going to be okay. Nothing bad's going to happen to me. My head says, oh my God, but it's like nothing bad's going to happen to you if you're really ready and willing to make the change. And how do you make the change, you say? By starting to change that mental language that goes on in your head. Like, what are you obsessed about? Some people are obsessed about Star Wars and stuff like that. That's totally awesome. Be obsessed about that stuff. But when you get obsessed about what's going to happen tomorrow morning with your job or whatever else, talk about it. And if your parents crazy, call me. Email me, whatever. Just say, Ben, I need help. What do I do? How do I get through this stuff? And it's cool because we help each other out. My session will be your session. Just stuff like that. And just running how to change the parameter of everything. Like I said in one of my messages yesterday, we are the gifts of the world. And we can teach other people how to be the gift, how to live their lives, how not to be normal, and normal is whatever. I want to be autistic because I get to do stuff and be okay with what I'm doing. Everybody else is just so stuck in that little picture box. But I get to do little things outside the box sometimes and go, wait, it's not going to work for me, but it can work for other people. That's it. Thank you and have a good night and all that great stuff.